We're finally going to know what happened to Rick Grimes after the bridge blew up. Did the show deliver? The show is created by Scott M. Gimple and stars Andrew Lincoln, Danny Guerrera, and Terry O'Quinn, and takes place after The Walking Dead. And it follows Rick Grimes, who is now a prisoner of a secret city, and who attempts to escape by any means necessary as he tries to get back to his wife and daughter. I just want to apologize in advance. My voice, I'm fighting a cold right now, so sorry if I don't sound 100%. The Walking Dead has been dominated the TV landscape for many years before it ended in 2022. After it ended, it got several spin-offs like Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead, Dead City, and also Fear the Walking Dead. Now this show, The Ones Who Live, focuses on Rick Grimes and Michonne, who are trying to find each other again years after the series ended. They've been looking for each other. They're desperately searching, and will they find one another? Well, that's the question that everybody is asking after the series has ended, because Rick Grimes has not been in The Walking Dead since season 9, where he's just sort of disappeared when the bridge blew up. He disappeared in the water, so we were all wondering what happened to him. But it's nice to see that his story is finally continued, because in the comic books, this never happens. He remains the main character until the very end of the series, which is why just him disappearing was such a major change from the comic books, which of course the series of The Walking Dead is known for its changes of the original comic run. So does The Ones Who Live deliver on its promise? I thought that the series premiere was actually entertaining. It was decent in my opinion. It wasn't excellent by any means, but I think it's accomplished on what it set out to do, and that's showing what happened to Rick Grimes, just showing his plight and how he's so desperate and trying to find his wife and his daughter, trying to get back to them, but the secret society that he's now in, the secret sort of city that's found him, it won't let him leave. So he tries by any means necessary to escape and to find his loved ones again. I thought that the anchors of this show, the reasons why we're watching, was both Andrew Lincoln and Danny Guerrera. I think both are terrific in this series, just as they were in The Walking Dead. I feel like here their chemistry is really great. Rick Grimes is one of my favorite Walking Dead characters, and it's great to see him back again. Finally, it's Andrew. I think Andrew Lincoln is a great actor, so here it's really nice to see both of these actors back in the series. It was the spin-off that I was most curious to see. The others, I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested about Dead City. I think it's just pointless, and Daryl Dixon, I'm not really excited for. I just don't know why he's in Paris. I know probably the show is gonna answer that if I watch it, but I'm not really interested. But here I think that the premiere episode is pretty entertaining. I enjoyed watching it. There's not a lot of zombie action as much as I'd hope there'd be, but the production here it looks really good. You can tell that the AMC has put a lot of money into this production, and they want to really build this universe. They're not gonna let this universe go, and I feel like this spin-off compared to all the others makes sense because this was a story that was just left hanging in the main series and that was never completed. So I really think that this show what could actually become a little better. I thought so like I said, I thought the premiere was fine. So hopefully episode 2 and 3 they build on that. It's 6 episodes. I'm curious to see where it goes. And I like that this was a Rick-centric episode. Or Andrew Lincoln narrates this episode, this premiere, and I really enjoyed seeing him just take over this series again. We know him as a leader, but here he's actually broken. He's on the verge of just losing all hope because he just wants to get back to his wife and child, but this secret society, they won't let him leave. And while I appreciate that there's a reason why Rick hasn't gone back to Judith and Michonne yet, I really don't know if like the secret society is just believable as a storytelling standpoint, because like how many guards are in the secret society? Like wouldn't there be like a rebellion if that many people wouldn't be allowed to leave? I'm just like wondering like who would actually stay there if like they're kept as prisoners. It's not really freedom, they're just forced to act orders, and it really doesn't really make any sense in my opinion. It's a sort of this contrived way of making Rick stay where he has to stay there because he can't go find his wife yet. He has to have a reason to stay, and this is it. He's forced to, which I guess makes sense for the narrative, but when you really think about it, does it really make all that much sense? Not really. She's a prisoner in the CRM, which is a civic republic military, and they're like in charge of this secret society. There's a bunch of new characters here. I didn't really care for any of them yet. Maybe I can get warmed up to them, but overall, like I love Terry O'Quinn as an actor from Lost, especially. I think he's terrific on Lost. But here I didn't really connect with him. We don't have a lot of character development. Just as characters that were introduced, like Okafor and Thorn, are both characters that I just didn't really connect with. They get more screen time than Terry O'Quinn. And both actors, they do alright, I guess, in the roles. But they're pale in comparison to the Walking Dead cast, I guess. Like Daryl, Carol, and all of the rest. Morgan, they're just not as interesting as characters, and you don't really care about them as people, unfortunately. So like I said, it's a very fine premiere episode. It's very fast-paced. I wasn't really bored watching it. I was interested in the Michonne and Rick storyline. I'm interested to see where it's going. I'm not gonna spoil it here. I'm gonna wait until the couple of minutes because I'm gonna talk a bit more about what happens during the episode. But overall, I was satisfied with this premiere episode. Not a lot of zombie action, more characters, which is fine. It's good that they made it more Rick centric. I'm just hoping for more Michonne in episode 2, which it seems like that's where we're going at. But yeah, it's a decent premiere. I thought it wasn't all that amazing, but I'm at least interested in watching the rest. So I would give this episode like a B minus. It was just pretty entertaining. So now I'd like to talk a bit about spoilers. So I got some spoilery thoughts here I'd like to discuss. I thought it was really cool that Rick kind of loses his hand like he does in the comic books. It's not the same way, obviously, but we finally got like the Rick we know with the one hand, and it's cool that he has like a metal hand with like a knife that's hidden in it. I really feel like it gives him like a more badass fight, kind of like Aaron, who has like this metal hand in the Walking Dead. I also didn't expect Rick to almost commit suicide. I thought that that was a really dark moment in the episode. Um, he, of course, he doesn't go through with it. He almost does, but then he stops, and I think that's because there's a part of him that he feels like he needs to find Michonne. He still has some hope left, and of course, like he thinks that, oh, if he kills himself, there's gonna be nothing afterwards. The scenes between Rick and Michonne that take place on a bench and had happened in his dreams, I thought were pretty solid. They showed how good of a chemistry Andrew Lincoln and Danny Guerrero have with each other. They're just fantastic together, and I really like those scenes. Are they a bit cheesy? Sure, but I think that they work in the context of the episodes. I guess it really made me hungry for pizza as well. I really didn't like the scene where Rick tries to escape to the underground tunnels, and then there's this kid that just pops out of nowhere and he goes to just help her, but that scene just didn't make any sense to me. Like, you could have escaped, that was your one way out, but you didn't take it. I thought that was actually pretty dumb. He could have just gotten out and just made his attempt, made his getaway, but he just didn't. I thought that was a pretty just a shitty moment, like a bad, just a stupid bad Walking Dead moment. Walking Dead is full of these types of dumb character moments, and here I thought that was the worst one in the episode. The ending is also pretty shocking just because I didn't expect it. Like, yeah, they're inside the CRM, are inside this helicopter, and Rick is talking about his father to Okafar, and yeah, the helicopter gets bombed. Okafar is dead because, of course, he's the black guy. He gets killed. Rick survives, and we are introduced to this sort of warrior with a sword. Well, we know that only one person, like in The Walking Dead, has a sword, and of course it's Michonne, the person that Rick is searching for, and now they actually find each other already. I think that episode 2 is gonna be like mostly a flashback episode where we're gonna follow Michonne now. But I wonder what's gonna happen for the rest of the 5 episodes since they already found each other. I hope it's not gonna be this BS thing where they don't like each other now. It's like just because he's part of the CRM. Like, he was sort of brainwashed and forced into it. So I hope like it's not gonna bring this bullshit reason that they just hate each other and they don't want to become a couple anymore. I think that would be a terrible mistake. Yeah, Michonne is probably wondering why Rick is part of the CRM, but like I said, he was just forced into it. He had no choice, really. So yeah, those were my spoilery thoughts on the episode. Let me know what you thought about the season premiere of The Walking Dead, The One Who Lives. Like I said, I'm pretty on board right now. I think it's just a decent premiere, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know. Please subscribe. See you next time. Bye.
Why do you even think I'm gonna go along with all of this?
Because everything will change.
Burn it all again.
We're the last light of the world. You have to know that.
This is not the answer. It must end.
This isn't everything! You don't get to choose for the world. You don't get to choose for me.
This is all I have left. This is all you have left to.
She's not God.
There has to be a sacrifice.
It's a broken world, Michonne.
it together.
We couldn't do anything.
Burn it all.